So today is a really busy day for us today. We've got a ton of things going on. My oldest has prom. I don't know. It's hard to believe he's already going to prom. His dad and I went to prom in high school. Doesn't seem like yesterday. Now he's going. So anyway, we have prom, so I've got to go. He's also got a thing at the school. I've got to drop him off a little bit later, and then I have to pick up his girlfriend's corsage. Lots of things like that. But today I'm doing a massive freezer cooking day. We are getting ready to go. We're always busy, but we're getting ready to be even busier. Connor has after school practice for play. Blake's getting ready to start baseball practice and games. And then of course we have our business, and we are both working full time. It's a little insane. So I really wanted to stock our freezer. Now I do a little bit of freezer cooking, but usually only like when I would make fajitas, I would make like an extra one or something like that. And that works pretty good. But what I really want is a massive amount of things in my freezer. That way just to get it stocked, and then I can work on replenishing it or whatever. So I have a list of like 30 things or something like that. And I mean, they include like 10 pizzas and 4 bags of fajitas, like 2 steak, 2 chicken, like a whole bunch of things. And a couple breakfast items. I want to do some pancakes and some breakfast burritos. And then I want to do like 6 dozen cookies. So I say all that because I watch a lot of freezer cooking meals, and sometimes like it's because they have a really large family, and that's totally understandable. But I want to show that you can do this even if you have a normal size family, whatever that means. There's just the 4 of us. There's me and Jacob and our 2 boys, ages 16 and 8. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do. So I wrote the list when I had lots and lots of energy, and now I'm kind of questioning my sanity. But we're just going to see how it goes. We're going to see how many things we get done today and have them come along with the journey. One of the things I've tried to do is kind of lay out a bunch of my supplies and things like that. So hopefully that will help. I mean, not everything, of course, is here, and of course none of the meat is here, but or vegetables. But this is just kind of some of my pantry goods and some of the supplies that I'm going to need for the freezer, things like that. So hopefully that'll help. Okay, quick check-in. It's about 9:40, I think is what it is. So we've been at about 40 minutes, and I'll show you what we've got started. I've never done this before, but I am trying to, okay, see it. I'm trying to cook some hamburger. I just put it in there, so I haven't even broken it up really even. In the crock pot. I've seen this done, and so I'm hoping that, so I should have done this overnight, but I actually have like I have 5 pounds in here, so I want to make up like 5 pounds that are just like in bags that are good for anything, like something that we can just heat up for tacos, put in spaghetti, you know, basically something I just don't have to cook the meat for, which is going to be a large amount of the meals. I think 4 bags, which we ended up with 5, of hamburger, and I think I have like 4 bags of chicken that I'm wanting to do that way. That way, you know, because while it's not the complete meal, it saves a bunch of time not having to, you know, thaw out and cook and worry about your meat. You can make spaghetti, you can make Alfredo, you can make anything really, really fast if you don't have to worry about the meat. And then, so I have 5 pounds over there, and then on the stove, so I have another 4.5 pounds cooking there, and it's almost done. That will be for some of the recipes that I'm making today. So, like I think, is it manicotti? I don't know. I'll have to look at my list. But anyway, some of them are for pizzas and different things. But anyway, so that's what that is for. That's all going to be used in recipes today. My timer just went off, and I have some pork sausage thawing out in the microwave, and so I'm getting ready to cook it, and that'll be for our breakfast burritos. An update on the hour and every half hour to kind of keep you updated. Anyway, so here's where we are. 4.5 pounds of hamburger done, cooling, and like I said, those are going to be going on pizzas and enchiladas and manicotti and things like that. Over here, we've got steak for the fajitas. on. That'll make, there's just 2 pounds, a little over 2 pounds, I think, of steak meat for fajitas. I'm also going to do, so that'll make 2 bags of fajitas for our family. And then I'm going to do some chicken once that's done. And then we have some, the sausage is not quite done. It's still cooking. And so that'll be for the breakfast burritos. Still got the hamburger over there. That's kind of a dark corner. That's not normally where I put my crock pot because I usually have it over here, but I needed all the counter real estate I could find today. So it's kind of over there in the corner. Okay, friends, 30 minutes goes by fast. Okay, so it is 10:30 now, and I'm going to have to get ready to take my son out to the school for his things. And sorry, trying to keep the cord out of the way. And so I'm not going to start anything else on the stove, but I'll show you where I'm at. That is the steak fajitas that is done. I got to drain that. Sausage is done for the breakfast burritos. Still have to make the eggs. And I am cutting up all of the peppers for, this is going to be for the fajitas and for the breakfast burritos. These are for the fajitas. Now when I cut them for the breakfast burritos, I want them a lot smaller. So, but I'll show you the peppers that I bought. Now I have 2.5, like part of a bag, 2 and like maybe a fourth. I had some that were getting a little old, so I had to do that. And I buy these at Aldi's. They're like $2 a bag. I love them. So that is that. Hamburger's still going strong over there. It's actually softening them up, and I've been I stirred it a couple times, like broke it up, washed my cutting board. Yeah, so 30 minutes goes fast. So before I take my oldest out to the high school, I'm going to try to get the rest of the peppers all cut up, and then kind of get the steaks. I don't know if I'll get the steak because I need to cook some of the peppers to be able to put in the bags. I also have my bags ready for the fajitas, and so I've labeled them. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I've labeled them, and so I have 2 bags for chicken and 2 bags for steak. I'll do the chicken when I get back, but I always try to do all my beef and pork and everything before I do the chicken, just to try to avoid cross-contamination. Of course, I clean everything in between, but yeah, just a thing. But anyway, that's what I'm doing now. And so I need to get wrapped up because at 11 I need to have Connor out there. It's not like they're just working on things for the place. So it's not like if he's a few minutes late, it's not a big deal. But that is around the time that I need to have him out there. So I want to get like everything wrapped up to this point and get things like just set in the refrigerator, because it's going to take me probably an hour to run him out there. And then I've got to run to get the corsage, which is like 20 minutes away, and so 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back. So I will be gone about an hour or so for that. So I don't want to leave, of course, any food out. Like, then I want to get it processed and put in the refrigerator at least, even if it's just in process for like the breakfast burritos and stuff. I'll just put the sausage in the refrigerator. When I get back, we'll do the eggs and things like that. So that's where we are, 10:30. Okay, it is 12:40 and I'm back home. It took me a little bit longer because I totally forgot that today was rabies clinic for the dogs, so I had to go and we went and got their shots and city licenses and everything, so that took a little bit. But it's 12:40. I'm back at it, so let's see what we can get back done in like the next 20 minutes. Before I left, I got all of the vegetables, the peppers cut up and everything. I washed all of the dishes that I had used, except for a couple that I put in the dishwasher that I'm not going to need. But anything that I was going to continue to need, I washed. So let's see what we can get done this half hour. All right, it is 1 o'clock. That 20 minutes was pretty productive. I didn't expect to get that much done, which is good. Didn't get a lot, but went by fast, as always. But let me show you. First off, the ground beef in the crock pot is looking really good. Gave that a good stir. I'm thinking maybe another hour or so on that. We'll see how it goes, but it's looking really good. I got the peppers all cooked. They don't have to cook real long. I forgot to get an onion, so which that's okay because my family doesn't really like onions real well. So I used some minced onion, just the dried onions. I just put some of these in there. They would probably like it better anyway. I like onions, but nobody else in my family really cares for big chunky onions. So we'll have a little bit of onion flavor. Normally I would put onions in that, but I forgot that. I need to throw that. We're out of. Okay, that way, and now I also got the eggs cooked, and the peppers are in with the egg mixture. The sausage, I got out of the refrigerator that I had done before I left, and I got cheese shredded. So I got all of that done in like 20 minutes, and so now I'm getting ready to assemble some breakfast burritos, and then I will flash freeze them, and then I've got my bag ready to put some in a bag. I may need another bag. We'll see how many will fit in that, but I'm gonna flash freeze them first, and then I don't know, I've seen them wrapped individually and then put in there, or I've just seen them thrown in there. I don't think it really matters, depending on how long you're gonna have them, of course, so we'll see how it all works. I don't know, I'll make a decision then, but I am getting ready to assemble them. 30 and we are moving right along. I got the breakfast burritos all done. It ended up making 22 breakfast burritos, which works out really, or 21, sorry, breakfast burritos. I think I could have stretched it to make 22, but that's okay. So I ended up with one taco shell left. So that mixture actually worked really well. It was 2 pounds of ground sausage, some peppers, and a dozen eggs, and 1 block of cheese. And that made, it pretty much used everything, like the entire thing of eggs, the entire thing of sausage, the entire block of cheese, and the entire package, you know, like I said, with the exception of one, and I'm sure I could have stretched it out, of taco shells. So that actually worked really well. So I'm going to get those in the freezer. I'm going to flash freeze them. And then I do think that I'm going to wrap them because I'm afraid that they'll like fall apart when I try to get them out. And I think that'll also be easier because sometimes I may want to take it to work with me. So if I just wrap it up, then I can bring it to work with me, and I don't have to heat it up here. I can wait until I get at work if I need to. I also finished up the bags of fajita, the steak fajitas. I still need to do the chicken. I haven't even started on making chicken, but this is the way I did it, and I basically laid it down, you know, fairly flat. I probably could have used a smaller bag, but I like these bigger ones just because they're a little bit wider and flatter. But anyway, I put the steak in there, I put the peppers in there, and then I put seasoning and just a little bit of drizzle of olive oil, and then I shook it all up, and then I laid it out flat and got all the air out, and then I'll fold it over just like that, and then these will go right into the freezer, and they will freeze flat. And then once they're frozen, you can stack them like on their end and stuff like that, but I'll need to lay them flat like this until they're frozen, but that won't take very long. So that's what I got done this 30 minutes. Breakfast burritos are done. 2 o'clock. Okay, so what do we got going on? We've got chicken de-thawing in the microwave. I should have laid it out and had it de-thawed, but whatever, right? And we have pancakes on. Yeah, and then the burritos are all in the freezer, and the fajitas are all in the freezer. And so basically while the chicken cooks, I'm working on pancakes. All right, it's actually almost 3 now. Connor got home, and I've been chatting with him and discussing prom things and all of that. So this hour kind of got away from me, but that's okay. I have the chicken thawed out. I haven't started processing it yet, but I do have the pancakes. What didn't get ate? Oh my gosh! So Blake ate like 4 pancakes. Connor ate 1. And because he had pizza at his thing, so he wasn't real hungry, but he had to try one. And then Jacob ate some. So anyway, but after all of that, I still have 21 pancakes. So I'll show you. Okay, so here are the pancakes, and I just have like parchment paper in between them, and then I'm getting ready to put them in freezer bags. Okay, it is 3:30, and I'm having to clean up because we've got to get ready to go. I did get the cilantro lime chicken. It's a crock pot meal in the freezer, and let's see what else did we think that we get done. Not much else. I don't think. I don't know. I don't remember where I was at when I filmed last. Oh my gosh! But the cilantro lime chicken is in the freezer. The pancakes are all in the freezer. Yeah, and then we're just kind of cleaning up and getting ready to go to dinner before prom. Okay, friends, I'm back. So that was. I always start the camera and then forget to put my hand in the thing. So sorry. Anyway, probably hear the dog clicking around. So we are back home. It is 8 o'clock. I'm tired, guys. So we're gonna see what we can get done. I have a really bad headache, so I just took some Excedrin, and I'm gonna try to finish up some stuff. I don't know. Kind of looking at my list and thinking, what's gonna get done? Some of the stuff could get done tomorrow, but I wanted to finish as much today as I possibly could. So. Anyway, I'm tired. I will insert some pictures of my son and his girlfriend for prom. They're the sweetest things. I absolutely adore her. So, anyway, hopefully they're having a good time. And yeah, so now I just have to get back to it. And I have a lot to do. And it's 8 o'clock. Let's see what we can get done in 30 minutes. Check-in time. It's 8:30. Took some Excedrin and I'm feeling a little bit better. So hopefully I've got my second wind and yeah, hopefully we can get some of this finished up. So far, so this 30 minutes, what I've done is I have cut up 10 pounds of chicken. Yeah, my fingers are kind of frozen. It was thawed, but it was still kind of, you know, where it has a little bit of ice still on it. So yeah. Anyway, I cut up that. Turning around here. We got 5 pounds in this pan. I've got another 5 pounds over there because it won't all, you know, cook real well in that. And then I've got, well, I guess not quite 5 pounds over there, like 2.5 pounds. And then I have about a couple of the pounds in this one for fajitas. The others are cut like cubes. And these are cut like strips, so I have those in a separate pan. So that is where we're at. That's all I got done, but it took me a while to cut up all that chicken. So yeah, that's where we're at. The hamburger meat from earlier is still in the crock pot. I had turned it off. I can't like just put it on keep warm before we left because I wasn't sure. I mean, it was done, but anyway, but it was fine. So anyway, I put on keep warm, and it is off and cooling, and just it'll be ready to process pretty quick. Oh, there's a fly. That's weird. It's like freezing today. It was so warm yesterday, and it's like 30 degrees outside now. So anyway, that's where we're at. See you at 9. Okay, 9 o'clock. All the chicken is cooked. Oh, hello. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the camera. All the chicken is cooked, and I have a pizza assembly line trying to get all these pizzas done. I'll show you. It's kind of crazy. Okay, excuse the cheese mess, but we have 6 mini pizzas, and then we've got full-size pizzas over here. So we are busy. I've still got to spread out the cheese a little bit more, and then I've got my toppings. I've got chicken, hamburger, and then pepperoni somewhere. Where's pepperoni? That's over here. And so, and we have pepperoni. So I actually like. Sorry about that. I ended up having a phone call, and so I chatted with a good friend of mine, and then Connor got home from prom. It is. Let's see what time it is. It is right at 10 o'clock, and so this is what I've gotten done. I've got all the pizzas done. There's 1, 2, 3. Four big ones and 6, oh yeah, 4 big ones and 6 little ones, so 10 pieces total. I wrap them all in saran wrap and then in aluminum foil. And then some of the ones I think we'll eat a little bit sooner, I just put in freezer bags, and I'll put them in our freezer up here. So I was getting tired by that point. So that's what I got done. So I thought I was getting my second wind, but I think that it might have just been the caffeine talking. Yep. So I'm kind of tired. Okay, I'm a lot tired, not kind of tired. But I have a few things I want to finish up and get some. I need to get some of the chicken that I cooked in the freezer bag. Still need to process that hamburger that's been in the crock pot like all day long. which is fine. But it's I've had it cooling now. It's in the fridge. But and then what else? Oh, I need to put together those chicken fajitas and things. So that's what I need to do. And then I think I'm gonna call it a night. Okay. So it's 11 o'clock. Have the dishes done. Everything's cleaned up. Well, yeah, as good as I can get. I need to clean the stove. But I'm gonna wait till after tomorrow to actually like take the grill parts off and clean it because yeah, I'm cooking a lot tomorrow anyway. But other than that, everything's cleaned up. So yeah, Jacob took all my freezer meals down to the freezer for me. Yeah, so I'm tired. So just to recap what we've gotten finished today, in addition to prom and dogs to the vet and pictures and going and picking up stuff and dinner and all that. It just, in addition to all that, I would have been able to get more done and it would not have taken me nearly the amount of hours it did. But we just had interruptions because it's life, and that's, you know, they're not really, the life interruptions aren't really an interruption for this. This is an interruption for life. That makes sense because that's what's important. Not, this is food and it is important to feed my family, but I want to make sure that I'm living in the moment. But anyway, to recap everything that we did, I did 10 pizzas, 4 of them large, 6 of them small. I did, sorry, I was looking at my camera, did something weird, but I think it's just focusing, I guess. I did 2 bags of pancakes, so I think there was 21 pancakes total, 2 bags of breakfast burritos, 1 crock pot cilantro lime chicken, 2 bags of steak fajitas, 2 bags of chicken fajitas, 4 bags of ground beef for things like tacos and things like that, and 3 bags of cooked chicken. So I did not get everything down on my list, but I am counting it as a win considering how many other things we had going on today. And I hope to finish up tomorrow and add that. I'll either add it, depending on how long this vlog is. We'll see. Maybe I don't know if I'll do it on 1 or 2. But yeah, so I hope to do some enchiladas, some manicotti. I'm gonna have to look at my other list. This is just, I just made this list because I wanted a like master freezer list so we would know what we have in there so we can mark off. And I need to add, we do have a couple freezer meals left over, tamales and things I need to add to that list just to know, just so I know what's in my freezer. And we can mark it off as we use it. But anyway, it's 11 o'clock and I am gonna go to bed. Anyway, I'll either see you tonight or in the next video, or see you tomorrow or in the next video. Bye guys.